Time, our weekly conversation on matters of faith, and joining us this morning is the Reverend Thomas Irby with Ashland Place UMC. Thank you for joining us this morning, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we wanted to talk about something that you guys do on a semi-regular basis. We wanted to talk about a worship service that's geared to people with special needs. Tell us about what you guys do at your church.
So at Ashland Place Methodist, we have a worship service called the Jubilee, a celebration for everyone. And we don't usually use the word special needs to describe it. It's a worship service with and for people with various abilities and disabilities. So it's a service for everyone, really.
So talk to us a little bit about what makes the Jubilee services a little bit different than what would be a typical worship service.
At the Jubilee service, we try to be as accessible and inclusive as possible to people with various abilities. And so we have people who lead doing all kinds of different things who have different abilities and disabilities. So our choir, our readers, speakers, greeters, and ushers, everyone in leadership has some sort of various ability or disability that they share with us.
So talk to us a little bit about what are some of the elements that you think maybe a traditional worship service might make it less inviting for somebody who has some of these abilities, disabilities, or special needs.
Absolutely. A lot of churches, and specifically their spaces, are designed with a particular person in mind. And that is someone who could, for instance, walk up steps.
Right.
Someone who could sit in a pew for an hour. Someone who can read, usually, or speak, or feels comfortable singing. For some people, church is too loud. It's too loud of a space. Or some folks just have a hard time being silent during moments of reverence or things like that. So it can be a very uncomfortable space for some people.
Well, with these services, talk to us about what is coming up with these services. When are the next ones that people can catch?
Yeah, absolutely. We have one this Wednesday, the fourth Wednesday of every month at 5:15 p.m. in our fellowship hall at Ashland Place. So there's one coming up in November, but the one that I really want to invite people to is coming up on December 23rd. It's our Jubilee Christmas service. So it'll be a special worship service for Christmas. That'll be at 5:15 p.m. on Sunday, December 23rd in our fellowship hall. We'll have our Christmas service followed by a meal, and then we'll have a time of singing together afterwards, singing some Christmas songs.
Again, that's December 23rd at 5:15. What do you think is the most important thing about having services like this?
One of the things that I've personally loved about this service is that it's helped me feel more comfortable in my own skin in worship. I mean, we all have different abilities and disabilities, and I'm someone just like that, and it's helped me to feel comfortable in church, helped me to feel comfortable being myself.
Talk to me about a little bit about how this concept came to be.
My wife, Leah, worked at the L'Arche community here in Mobile for about a year, and in working there, we grew closer to the community and really started to see the beauty of being in a community with people with different abilities. And that started to grow our understanding of the image of God being this really diverse, beautiful thing. And as we saw the importance of that diversity, we began to see, a desire to do something like that in our church.
It is a fascinating concept, and it'll be coming up later on, especially next month with your big service on the 23rd. Thank you for joining us this morning, sir. Reverend Thomas Irby with Ashland Place UMC in Mobile. And News 5 this morning will continue after the break.